Hi, I'm Gibaud, and today I'm going to present you this lens by TTArtisan, the 23mm 1.8. It exists for Fujifilm X, Sony E, and Nikon Z, all in APS-C format, but I'm going to tell you everything about it. So let's start. So this lens is fairly compact. It comes in this box. It looks really similar to the 35mm 1.8, a bit longer, really, a slight bit. It's fully metal, except, well, the ring here, it's autofocus, but you have a focusing ring if you want to focus in manual, but all the rest is metal, the body I speak. It comes with the sun hood, so that's great, because so many lenses come without sun hood, and really important, don't lose the back cap, because here you have USB-C connector, so you can upgrade the firmware. You don't have any aperture ring on the lens because you will manage it from the camera body. So let's speak about the specs. I'll show you some pictures I've made with it at the same time as I speak, and I will put them again at the end of the video. 23mm 1.8, it says for, as I said at the beginning, Fujifilm X, Sony E, and Nikon Z, all APS-C format. The equivalent in full frame would be 34.5mm, so the angle covered is 62 degrees. The aperture goes from 1.8 to f16. It is autofocus, and honestly the autofocus goes fairly well. It detects faces and eye without any problem, so perfect. The filter diameter is 52mm. The minimum focusing distance is 30 centimeters, so well, you can actually get close to your subject or your small flowers or whatever you want to do, so that's nice. The aperture has 9 blades. Yeah, the bokeh is not the best bokeh you will find, but I think it's acceptable, screamy, and that's not bad, okay, for that price tag, or what I say is about for that price tag, okay. Yeah, there is some glass in there, 11 elements in 9 groups, and although there's a lot of glass, the weight is fine, it's 210 grams, so that's good. Now let's speak about the optical quality. So I'm going to show you my target. Bear in mind that the target is the most difficult test for a lens, and very often we see some problem that you will not see in real time, in real life picture. Okay, so let's go for it. So we start 1.8. We can see important vignetting, distortion. There is some, but not much. Okay, let's go to the center. 100%. Center is just acceptable. Borders, whoa, that's not too good, and corners, I would say, frankly, bad. Take into account that if you shoot at 1.8, you're likely to have your subject around the center, and this part will fall in the out of focus part due to depth of field anyway, but it's important we analyze the lens so we see from border to border and corner to corner. Okay, f2, center is not bad, border is still not there, corner is still not that fantastic, okay, not too good at all. 2.8, yeah, similar center, maybe a bit less sharpness. Let's see the border. Maybe I think there is some field of field curve, I think, but still it's acceptable. The corners are not good, the border are just acceptable. Let's go to f4. Center is okay, border is now similar to center, corners are still a bit lousy. As we can see, vignetting has disappeared. Okay, 5.6, I would say center is not too bad, border is getting there, okay, and corners are still not there, still blurry. Okay, f11, center, sorry, f8, I said f11, yeah, f8. Center is fine, okay. Border are acceptable and corners are not perfect, but well, for that price we cannot claim much more, okay. f11, center still holds, no problem. Border, okay. Corner is not too bad, okay. f16, we lose sharpness due to diffraction. Okay, so I would say the lens is really, if you want the sharpest yeah, the most you can get out of the lens, 5.6, f8, maybe f11, around this, okay? And by the way, if you wanted to help me, I can also help you. I've activated the member area of my YouTube channel. There you will not see anything about gear, just about photography, tips, advice, making of all this. So that really helps me if you become a member, and it helps you too. And also I've got affiliate links in the description. Don't forget to use them. And if you buy from Luminar Neo, add the code ERIC10 and you get a 10% discount on top of their any offer, on top of any offer they may have at that moment. So that's great for you and great for me. Thank you so much. Let's carry on. As you can see, the quality at maximum aperture, I would say up to 5.6 on the borders and the corners are really poor. And then when we look at 5.6, f8, f11, yeah, it's acceptable, that's okay. And yeah, I would say the sweet spot is, yeah, from 5.6, f8 maybe more, and f11. The flare. Flare is well controlled, I think. In some situation, I'll show you some pictures. And yeah, it's fairly well controlled. There are some situations where you get like a reddish flare, and I would say that some people will hate it, other people will love it, and other people say this is the lens I have and I have to work with that and I will find a way to unify with my enemy, so that's no problem. But I think that's fine, it's okay. So the big question is, who is this lens for and what it is for? Honestly, if your idea is to do landscape where everything is at the same distance as from your camera, that's not really the lens to use, because you will notice that the border is not that sharp, except if you work at f11 always or f8, but the borders, corners will be too lousy, except if you close down seriously, okay? But if you do some landscape like some I've shown, where you have some trees and the first foreground that would be out of focus anyway, you will not notice this lack of sharpness in the border and corners. Or if you have a blue sky without clouds, you don't really see the difference between what is tack sharp or not, you will not see. So for that, that's nice, that's fine, that will work, okay? But if you want everything sharp from border to border at 1.8, that's not the lens for you anyway, okay? And I would use it for that, this kind of situation, or street photography. Two options: or you work really with an open aperture, and you place your subject in around the center thirds, okay, from left to right and bottom to top, in that third. That will be fine, because at maximum aperture anyway, the borders and corners will be out of focus because of the depth of field, so no problem. Or on the other hand, you work classical f8 on street photography, and I think the borders and corner will be fine. So yeah, for that will be okay. Or I would also use it as a travel photography. For travel photography, I keep it on my camera, walk around with that, and make everything with this. That's a great focal length for that, and this lens is probably fine for that, I think, okay, for what I've tested and what I've seen. But honestly, I think this lens is not the best lens you will find, but it's so fairly priced. I see some lenses that are more expensive and they're not better than this. Or if you want something really a lot better, you have to spend a lot more money. So maybe twice, 3 times, 4 times, 10 times. It depends what you want to spend and what you are looking for. So I think for people who cannot afford to spend more money, or just don't want to spend more money, maybe this is a focal length you don't use much, but you want to have it in your bag just in case. Or maybe you're going to travel and you want to bring along with you expensive gear, and you want to limit in case it would be a loss or robbery or whatever. That's a great lens to carry with you, okay? And for many people who are on a tight budget, I think they make great thing with this lens. Actually, you see the picture I've made? Yeah, I think the results are really acceptable, really okay. I had fun with it. It doesn't take space. It's not heavy. So I think, yeah, it's for that public, for that potential user, I think this is a lens that is really okay. Now, if you're looking for the sharpest lens, the best lens ever, that's not the one you should buy. But you already knew that before seeing the video. You know that $127 or $130 will not make miracle with TTArtisan or with anyone. Okay, so if you want the best, you have to spend a lot more. That's the way it is. But if you're on a tight budget, that's definitely a great lens. So if you're interested, I'll leave you a link in the description where you can buy it. So thank you so much TTArtisan for sending me the lens. Thank you so much to you for watching the video. If you feel it may interest other people, please share it on social networks. If you have not done it yet, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. The small button down here is a small bell. If you click on the bell, you will get notified when I upload a new video. If you have not seen yet, I've activated the member area of my YouTube channel. There's a join button just below, exclusive video. I don't speak about gear, just about photography, tips, advice, all this. So yeah, become a member. That will help me and also help you sharing my knowledge. I also leave you my website, gibaud.com. If you have any question, can leave a comment below. And also in the description, I've got affiliated links. Don't forget that if you buy from Luminar Neo, use the code ERIC10, you get a 10% discount on top of the offer they may have at this moment. So that's great. Also, thank you so much for doing this. That really helps me. Also, leave you my PayPal account in case you wanted to make a donation. Thank you very much. Please take care of yourself and see you soon. Bye. you.